Welcome to Module 2, where we are going to be talking about how to make a plan to get what you really want. This is the Pivot Masterclass, and my name is Kalinda Triffo, author of Pivot from BS. Again, I hope you have your pen and paper ready, take lots of notes, and we are talking about in step 2, the plan. It becomes crystal clear that an idea without action is just a dream. I don't want you to get caught in that trap. And so we are going to talk today about level 2, the plan. And the reason for the plan is to help you stay 100% committed to your goal and to give you clarity, some focus and direction. And so you know the path that you have to take, the step by step. And in that, it gives you some security. You know what you want and you know how to get it. Wouldn't that be great? Okay, so what is that plan? Well, there's a few to consider, as you can see here. There's a daily, a weekly, a monthly, a 90-day, a 1-year, a 3-year, and a 5-year plan. Now, before you get all overwhelmed, let's just break this down a little bit more. Now, there are 3 big plans that take you some time in order to really get clear on the big vision. That is the 5-year, 3-year, and 1-year, and we've reverse engineered that, and so that you can really break it down into what needs to be done in the next 365 days. The 5-year, the 3-year, they are your finish line marks, and so that you have something that you're aiming for. So the 5-year is important because that's your big goal. The 3-year goal, it is a stepping stone to make sure that you're on track. And the 1-year is the measuring stick for the next 365 days. Of course, we break it down a little bit further than that as well. The focus plans that we work on are the daily, the weekly, the monthly, and the 90-day. And the reason that you do that is because 5 years is too long. It's too overwhelming. But if you can focus on the next 12 weeks, the next 90 days, it becomes a lot more manageable and it's easier to celebrate in that time frame. So there is a little bit of a challenge with that too. And people can get caught up again on thinking about what has to get done. That is why we don't just do a 5-year plan. Man, that's a lot to take in. 5 years is a long, long time. That's half of a decade. So if you just break it down into the next 90 days, there's still a lot of work to do, but it's manageable. And then we reverse engineer that as well. So you break it down. Okay, what needs to get done in the next 30 days? What do I need to get done in this week? And what things can I do today in order to get me closer to my weekly goal? And so that is really what the focus is on. And in the previous module, I talked about how you really want to feel. And what's it going to take for you to feel rejuvenated, to focus on possibilities and opportunities, to fill your heart with joy, to feel peaceful, to have that vitality, and to be confident. Is there anything else that you'd want to feel? Mark that down too. When you have a plan, it helps you to always take consistent action. That's why this piece is such an important part of the puzzle. Most people get so caught up in their thoughts that they think that their thinking is solving the problem. But the truth is, on that to-do list, the biggest thing that people should be focusing on is what you want. What you want. But 9 times out of 10, it's the responsibility that takes over the daily to-do list, or the distractions get the attention. And the last thing that gets the attention is the goal. That has to be flipped upside down. Your goal has to be your priority. It's not the thinking. that's going to solve the problem. It's the doing the things that are in alignment with what you want rather than putting everything else first that's going to get you one step closer. You have to more than just like an idea. You have to be passionate about what you want, and you have to have a fire in you burning so hot you will be unstoppable that everything else will take the back seat to this plan. Without that, you are not filling your heart's desire. And that is when you have to go back and make that decision. It must be something you are not willing to quit until you achieve it. Have you got something in your life that strong? The one thing that is most important to you today is the thing that you're spending the most time on. And 9 times out of 10, it is usually something that people don't want. If you're making what you don't want your priority, it's time to make the shift. To do that, you have to have a daily commitment to finish the tasks that are on your priority list, not the should, not the I have to list, the I'm my number one priority list. It is super important to be consistent even when it is inconvenient. The odds of you liking everything that you're doing is between nil and not. It is going to be inconvenient. It is going to be uncomfortable. And it isn't going to be fun some days. But if your goal is something that you love, you'll do it anyway. Again, we can talk about the exercise, right? Not everybody wants to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and go work out. Not everybody wants to go to the gym at all. And a lot of times, that's why people don't succeed, because they don't want to. And their goal of I don't want to is stronger than their need to have abs, right? So if your don't want to is stronger than your want to, don't want to is always going to win. But if your want to is stronger, then the consequences of not doing it, your I want to is always going to win. You have to learn to say no to what is not in alignment with your goals. So that means if you have something on your to-do list today and something else is trying to distract you, it's a no until it gets it done. And it's not saying that you have to say no forever. It's saying that that has to be plan B and priority number 1 has to be plan A. Sometimes you need to quiet your mind in order to be able to accomplish the goal, in order to focus. Meditation is great and concentration is necessary. So with a plan, it's important to decide, where do you want to be in 5 years? What's it going to look like in 3 years? What has to be accomplished this year? What do you need to have done in 90 days? What is the monthly goal? What are this week's tasks to complete? And what are you doing today? If you can answer all of those questions and give yourself some time to do it, and so that you can really connect with it, you will have your plan. That is the second most important part of this whole thing. Thank you for attending Module 2. I look forward to seeing you in Implement in Module 3.